Imagine a woman who does everything right. She fulfills every role she's expected to fulfill. She does everything society demands her to do. She performs the way she's expected to, and she fits in the society. And in result, she gets all the validation and approval she needs. And then there's another woman who doesn't do any of that, but she's still happier, more fulfilled, more aligned with her true self, and connected deeply with herself. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to be woman A, who is doing everything right, but in return, she's only getting the approval? And then there's woman B, who's not getting any of that. She's probably dismissed and rejected by her people, but she's still deeply connected to herself and her truth and lives for herself, fulfills a deeper purpose. She has a purpose for herself. She has dreams, she has goals, and she wants to fulfill them. And those are the reasons that provide her the validation she needs. And she experiences her life as her life. Which one do you want to be? Do you want to live a life that is directed by the people around you, or do you want to live a life that is directed by your truths? A life that represents who you are. A life where you know who you are. Do you know who you are? That's the question. Do you know who you are at your deepest level? Have you ever connected with yourself? Or have you been just so busy trying to fit in and performing in a certain way? This video is for the people who are constantly self-abandoning and are not connected with their truth. I help women understand when and why they abandon themselves and how it's costing them. And most importantly, how they can connect back with themselves and gain sovereignty and connect with their inner power. If you would like to hear more from me, subscribe to this YouTube channel. I also have a TikTok and an Instagram, which you can find in the bio of this channel. So go ahead and find me there. If you want to connect directly, I also offer one-on-one sessions, which you can book with me via Instagram. So go ahead and DM me. Let's get back to the video. A lot of us women are carrying this wound of not being chosen. We do not feel chosen and seen. And it's not from our current life. It's probably long ago from our childhood. We were not chosen and seen by the people who mattered to us. And we're carrying this wound into adulthood and trying to heal that by performing in a certain way and compromising on our authority, on our independence. I see many women, including myself at one point, where I did not realize who I wanted to be, who I was, what mattered to me or what didn't. The only thing I knew was that I have to perform in a certain way to fit in and feel needed, feel chosen, feel seen. That's a human need. All of us want that. But that need was coming from my wound. It was coming from a wound for not being chosen. Now, if this wound is governing your life, then you're living a life with a lot of constructs because you've put yourself in a cage. And you've not deliberately done that. None of us want to live in a cage. None of us want to be small. As a woman, it is needed and desired by us to be seen and chosen and loved and appreciated and mirrored. All of that is our fundamental need. But what you do with that need? Do you acknowledge that and allow yourself to build a life that later brings in the right people into your life which can meet you at that level? Or do you become a slave to your own needs, to your own wounds? If you desperately want to be chosen and you're not looking inside, you're not building for yourself, you're not living a life trying to connect with yourself on a deeper level, you are living in a cage. You're living a life where you have surrounded yourself with people who do not care about you. They don't. They don't know who you are, and you don't know who you are either. You are surrounded by people who are exactly like you. You are surrounded by people who demand that you perform, who demand that you look and behave a certain way, who demand that you do not have your own goals and you don't pursue your own dreams. That's what you're living. I myself have been a victim of my own wounds. Our wounds are our responsibility. If there's something within you that's hurting you, if there's a need that's not fulfilled, you are supposed to fulfill that. You are supposed to connect with that part of you and love yourself and see yourself in the way you need to be seen instead of performing for a world that does not care about you. You're wasting your time, your energy, your youth, everything by being a slave to your own wound. It is important for you to know that your choices will reflect your reality. You create your reality. You create your environments. You build your relationships. So if the foundation for your relationships and your reality is your wounded self, is the parts of you that are deprived of something, then your reality reflects back to you your wounded version. And the most terrible thing about it is that you are not allowed to understand and reflect on yourself in this environment. People want you to perform. People want you to be a certain way. People want the power to control you. They want you to leak your power so they have the ability to control you. That's what they want. And you give them this power. You know why? Because the wound within you, the need to be seen and chosen, feels very hard to sit with. It's very uncomfortable and painful to know or to connect with that part of you. Your inner child is carrying that wound and it's hurting. It's hurting all the time. Unless you sit with it and heal it, it is going to be hurting all the time. Instead of learning how to sit with it or heal yourself, you're running from it. If you don't learn to sit with yourself and heal your wounds, allow yourself to experience the pain, you will only have one option, and that will be to run from your wounds. And by running from your wounds, I mean running from yourself. Because if you're not capable of facing the deeper parts of you, even if they're messy, then you're not capable of connecting with your true self. And if you're not capable of connecting with your true self, then you are not capable of living with your true power. Then you will always be leaking your power. You will always be surrounded by people who want you small, who want to control you, who take advantage of your power that you give them. You know what you're doing? You're choosing something safe over your truth. You're choosing something comfortable over your truth. You're choosing something easier, something more manageable over your truth, over your pain. That's okay, that's your choice. But just so you know, you're losing your power. You're letting other people dictate who you are because you're not connecting with yourself. Imagine a puppet. You can design its clothes, you can design its movements. You know, there's a string attached to the puppet, to its hands, to its legs, and the owner of the puppet decides what it will wear, how it will move. Okay, so you just see the puppet from up front, but there's someone controlling it from behind. And that's because there are a lot of strings attached to it. That's who you become. You become a puppet for the people who know how to pull your strings. That's what I mean when I say you're leaking your power. You are allowing other people to take control of your life because you are too weak to sit with yourself and your pain. You're too weak to look within and see your wounds and heal them. You're too weak to choose yourself, so you wait to be chosen. That's the thing. You never discover who you are. You never discover what your truth is. You never even touch your true power. You don't even get close enough to it to see it because you're so busy trying to run from your pain. You're so busy trying to perform for the people. You're so busy trying to fit in a certain place. I hope if this person is you, you realize how important it is for you to connect with the deeper parts of you and stop abandoning your truth. Stop abandoning your pain. Stop abandoning your power. That is what will make you sovereign enough to live a life where you will follow your dreams, where you will have your own goals, where you will have your own ambitions, where you will have your own direction. You will not have to depend on anyone. You will not be looking outward to get something. You will already be whole within. You will have everything within. And if something comes up that is too difficult, you will know how to deal with it. You will know how not to run from it because you're living from your power now. I hope you can live that life one day. I've started this whole series on my YouTube channel and also on my Instagram about how to reconnect with your inner power and your inner truth. Most importantly, when and where you self-abandon and how you can heal that pattern. If you're interested, do not forget to subscribe my channel because I will upload the next video soon. In the next video, I will go deeper into why you keep choosing relationships over yourself and would also help you understand how you can heal this wound. Thank you so much for watching this video. I would see you in my next one. Bye-bye.